Hi there, this is Andreas with XpressPads finger drumming. Most of you probably know Stylus RMX for its groove shaping, groove making, groove layering capabilities. But did you also know that you can use it as a virtual drum module because it also offers this capability? However, if you want to use it for acoustic drums, it's probably not that useful because the samples within Stylus RMX, they don't contain a lot of velocity layers, so you have one sample which you can play loudly or softly, but it doesn't make it that useful for acoustic drums. But it is really good for experimental drums, for electronic drums. In this little tutorial I will show you how you can make use of that. Okay, so let me give you an overview of the setup here. I have two pad controllers. I use the extreme finger drumming layout from the XpressPads website. I have in total 16 sounds which are mapped to 32 pads, one for the right hand side, one for the left hand side. And here is Stylus RMX, right? And when you open up Stylus RMX, it usually appears in this way. And what you usually do is, in order to get access to your sounds, you go to that field, then you choose a library, take the core library, you choose some grooves that you like, you choose the tempo of your host more or less, then you just click a groove and it starts playing. Well, this is nice, but usually you have some groove ideas, you know that you have great sounds within Stylus, but then you want to use them on your own. So how do you access these sounds that you have here? Well, the answer is quite simple, because if you go to the mixer, you just need to switch Stylus RMX from multi-mode to kit mode. And once you've done that, you have access to all the factory kits, which is quite a huge array of kits, and those have been put together really nicely. So if we just go into one, those are quite nice sounds, right? And well, the point is, you not only have these sounds, you can also manipulate them. So you could go and change the kick drum, or you could take one of these kick drums, or you see there are quite many more kick drums you can choose from. Furthermore, of course, you can have standard mixer controls like level, panning. Can change different outputs if you like external processing with your favorite plugins. But also you have 4 aux channels which you can access via the FX rack here. You can also use inserts for each and every slot that you can use here. And that makes it quite a good virtual drum module for electronic drums and for experimental drums. And I can only suggest really go through the factory presets. There are so many pearls in there. For example, the one that I just used for the intro. This is one that has a certain randomness in it, right? So when we hit the bass drum, and that's what I like, because it gives some special flavor to your grooves. And so you really not only do you play your own grooves rhythmically, you also have sound variations, and that makes the grooves quite unique. And I think this is what we're all looking for in our compositions, right? We want to be as unique as possible and sound different from what other people have done. So yeah, that's a way that I really like to work, and I hope it also is a way that you can work with, and well, that you also find more worth now in some old plugins that you have, because Stylus RMX is quite an aged product by now. I think it's on the market for at least 10 years, but this way you really can inflate it with some more life, and yeah, for me it works really well, so I hope for you too.